Well, hey, I'm back. And with that, you might still remember, if you've watched our last episode, it's been almost a month. We started gathering materials for our Nether hub, which is quite a lot. And we're not nearly done yet. There's still a lot of materials that we have to gather. But we have already constructed a little farm over here, a little piglin trading that has been running overnight, over a few nights. And we constructed also 2 nether tree farms. Whatever happened here, I don't actually know. And same over here. I don't know what happened. Must have been some kind of glitch when logging out or something like that. But I have been AFK for a while on this farm as well, so we should have quite a bunch of material. Yeah, it's actually already almost completely full, that vault. But since we have to still collect a little bit more, and Babsilz is still a little unavailable at the moment, I'm going to kind of show you what I have planned for this episode. So as you can see, I have been farming a little bit of cherry logs, and I'm going to add some warped stems. It's always confusing that it's not called warped logs. But yeah, that's going to be a part, because while it's kind of impressive to see all those farms like this and the train tracks and all, and yeah, but it does look a little bit like a skeleton. It's not really pretty. And for today, I have planned to at least make the train tracks a little bit prettier. This little tunnel, make it look a little bit sturdier, because at the moment it's just a giant hole. And it hasn't even been patched the right way, so I'm going to make this a little bit prettier, and a little kind of like a gate over here, and make the train tracks not just sit on some snow. Make it so it's actually sitting on something stable, like wood. And I'm going to use some calcite as like a highlight block with the cherry blossom, with the cherry logs and the crimson logs. To show you a little bit more what I've been doing, we're going to have to go to my little creative test world. So yeah, as you can see, there's quite a lot of colors behind me. That's because what I like to do when I'm trying to design something, I'm always struggling with the block palette. I think that's always the hardest decision to make on which blocks I'm going to use for a build. Because usually I kind of have a structure in mind, but the colors, I can't really visualize how I want the colors to be. So what I've done is I've laid down basically, I think I've got all the blocks that are actually available, including the create blocks and the Farmer's Delight and the handcrafted mod blocks. And I tried to kind of sort them in a way, like over here we have like the darker blocks for shading and stuff, the middle tones. Yeah, you might disagree with some of those middle tone choices, but I think they weren't just light enough to be on the lighter block colors. I kind of narrowed it down. I wanted to have a very light highlight color, or like kind of a main color. And I've narrowed it down to calcite, and as you can see, mostly cherry wood in different chipped versions of the wood. And I even considered some purple blocks. Purple. I don't know how you pronounce that. Also chipped variants, because I think those colors are coming through a little nicer than on the default purple blocks. Yeah, I did some testing over here with how I wanted the walls like to be, and to see which color works better for a roof type of usage, or which type of color works better as a floor. And finally, I made a little test, because I had 2 candidates, one with the glazed terracotta and one with just simply some cherry wood. And I actually thought this version, these colors go really well. It looks pretty cute, and a little bit of pink cushions and those little tablecloths. Yeah, that's pretty much going to be the color palette that I'm going to choose for my restaurant later on. So what I've been thinking, that I could kind of replicate this color palette for making my farms a little bit prettier. I think I'm actually going to wing that design, so let's see how it turns out. So I've done a thing. I don't really know what I built. I just kind of tried to make it some kind of train station, but I'm actually not really that happy about it. So what I've been thinking, I was trying to make kind of like a little passenger way, where it's like a little roof. If it's raining or snowing, so they can get in nice and dry, get out nice and dry, and get their umbrellas out and whatever. And kind of separate it from like the operational parts, like the train conductor himself. Look at this guy. Who's a good conductor? He's just a good conductor. And also kind of like, I mean, it's all going to be automated, but to make it look like kind of there are workers that are going to connect the pipes up and stuff and do things, turning valves, looking at the cargo and stuff and whatnot. Just to make it look like it, to make it a little bit more alive. This side I've actually keeping for a little later on, because this side will have quite a bunch of contraption, and I'm thinking about actually connecting it straight up. So I don't know how far I'm going to have to stretch out that flooring and stuff, and if I want to make kind of like structures or whatnot. But this is kind of a little start. Yeah, as I said, I'm not really that happy yet, because I kind of had a different picture in mind than this. But I might keep it that way for now. I think I might start with this tunnel now. So I have decided to tear everything down again. What I built, because I hate how it looks. It's terrible. I guess I'm not that good at winging builds like this. I don't have that clear of a picture in my mind for this. At least this part. Maybe I can kind of fix it. Maybe. Maybe it's also just this line. Maybe it'll work if I kind of mirror it. You know what? Maybe this does work? I'm not sure. I think I'll be back if I figured out a more pleasant looking pattern. Or maybe I'm not going to do a pattern at all. We'll see. Alright, so I tried a little different approach this time. And I've also finished a little gate over here. So yeah, I decided to keep that kind of mirrored pattern over here. And try to get a little bit of contrast here and there. And make it look a little more sturdy. Like it's being held up. And I'm still not quite sure if I'm 100% satisfied with this now, but I think it looks pretty neat. It looks at least a lot better than just being this completely mixed type of rocks and dirt, and this looks better. This side, however, isn't done yet. And also, you can kind of see the tunnel extend out of here. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of terraforming, just a little bit. So that won't be seen. And nobody needs to see this part. Just closing it off. Nice. This still has to get a little bit to make it a little bit more neat. And yeah, so I've decided to keep kind of like a wall over here that's supposed to look like it's keeping the snow from falling over here to the trains. Kind of like a shield of some sort. The only thing I'm still pretty much struggling with is because I like this kind of spacing, but the light source barely doesn't reach all the way over here, so when it snows, yeah, these 2 blocks aren't lit up enough to make the snow melt again. So I might have to change the spacing, even though I really like it to be 5 blocks apart, but might have to put it closer together. That's for the train station and the little tunnel. But now, Babsilz actually joined earlier today and finished collecting all the items we are needing for our Nether hub. So it's finally time to get back to the schematic cannon, hopefully without any lag, and finally build up that Nether hub. Let's go! So now that it has been built, we still have to add a few things. I actually forgot I need some lava. I need some building blocks. Bloop, bloop. Like this. Bloop. And bloop. Right now, as you might remember... Huh. I don't remember this, but that's probably because of the surroundings that the Shematic Cannon had to remove. But yeah, as you might remember, we kind of tried to imitate the biomes of the Nether. So I'm going to put some lava here for the basalt biome. So yeah, the particle effect makes it actually even cooler. And we'll have to reconnect our Nether portal to this central point over here. And also what I'm going to do is to create a little doorway over here. Okay, so now to link up the portal, let's see. Go right down the coordinates. Wait a second. It's supposed to be negative 144. Well, it's on the other side now. It can't be this much further away from our space. I mean, look at that. What? Am I being stupid? What do we do? Lower our heads in shame. Yes, that's the right thing to do. I guess we're going to have to keep that portal for now until we figure something out. I think it should generate a portal. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that's the pillar I made for the portal where it had to go. I mean, we did plan on making some kind of additional part a little further from our starter area, so this could be the part where we begin to build it. So, and maybe have a train from over there to go over here just for fun. Just for a little funsies. That could work. But as the sun is setting, I'm going to have to say goodbye for now. I hope you liked this episode. We're back now and hopefully with a regular schedule. If you like this video, please consider leaving a like and maybe even subscribe. Have a nice day. Stay healthy. Bye!